2 weeks. 2 weeks since I received this diagnosis of breast cancer. And honestly, it feels longer than that. I woke up this morning thinking, wow, it's only 2 weeks? It feels like more. I've experienced so many things in these last 2 weeks that, it's a bit, perhaps too much. The first week you need time to digest the news. The second week is, and in my case was like, okay, getting to know what I have. And the 2 weeks, it was like lots of communications, because I decided to openly communicate about this disease that I have. And then yeah, it meant writing emails, sending messages, calling friends, calling family. And it's never nice when you have to share bad news. It's really not a good idea. But honestly, it was something good for me, very positive for me, for my husband, and also for the people I told this news to, because now they know how to deal with me, and they know what to say, and that's very important in the relationship. It was very important for me to also to tell them that in spite of me having cancer, things look good. I know this is something that can be treatable. So I wanted to tell them, look, I'm doing fine in spite of everything. And it takes some energy to share all that, because I'm usually pretty much reserved, and I don't like to publish everything I do. But this is an exercise, and also making these videos, it's an exercise that is helping me cope with this thing, and saying, okay, I can do something good out of this. And it was always this intensity was something, because I had to learn the type of cancer I had, because I learned that there are several types of breast cancer, and for me that was something new. I didn't know, and that depending on the type of cancer you have, you get this or that treatment. So the discussions with the doctors, the discussions I also had with a very good friend who's a researcher, that has helped me a lot to better grasp what I have, this gecko here. And so yeah, I had to spend time reading, talking with the doctors and this friend, and that takes some energy as well, because it's also new. But my doctor told me at the beginning, Lorena, if you have any question, please call me before going to the internet, because on the internet you have so many things, and it's so difficult to know what is good for me. So if you're going through the same things, make sure you speak with somebody that knows your case and that has some good knowledge of cancer, a doctor, a scientist, or and that will help you a lot. In any case, that helped me. And so this intensity, you kind of think, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm very tired with all this, but then you realize that there's so much that is positive about the whole thing. And then I decided to live this experience with a positive attitude, and this is what I want to share. For example, the doctor last week told me, I'm starting chemotherapy tomorrow. I have no clue what it's going to be like for myself. How am I going to react? I know how things will happen tomorrow, but I don't know how I'm going to react. And one thing I wanted to know, and I asked the doctor, I said, when am I going to lose my hair? And he said, well, 2-3 weeks into the treatment. So I decided, okay, I have 2-3 weeks left with hair. And I went to the hairdressers, and then I said, look, I want short hair. For a long time I wanted to know what it was like on me. So we had some good fun with her, with Manuela, and it was a great moment. We enjoyed it. And I'm sure there will be other great moments as well, as I'll have some tough times. But even in tough times, I'm sure that there will be positive things to be thankful for. And yeah, whenever I'm tempted to give up and I'm having a hard time with something, I remember a word that is in the Bible and in the book of Philippians, in chapter 4 and verse 4, it says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again I say, rejoice." And I'm so grateful that my God is here helping me, and I'm sure He's going to be there all the way, and that when I take Him into account, there are many things that I can be thankful for, and I want to rejoice with that. So this will be my attitude. I want to go through the good and bad days with this attitude and rejoice. So we'll see what brings in the next week. I'll let you know. Until then, bye bye. Cheers.